Perfect. For those of you all in the audience today, please, please, please make sure that you guys sign in order to receive CE credit. You'll receive 8 hours of CE credit for being in attendance to the TREC meeting today. You'll also need to sign out once the meeting is over.
So I'm online with my agent. How would I sign in?
You will not receive CE credit by appearing virtually. You are here, I believe, for an informal appearance with the prospective licensee. So you will not receive credit today, but thank you for attending with your prospective licensee. And we will call the roll for those informal appearances momentarily.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dennis, you ready? Yes, sir. Everybody ready? Yep. All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Jeff Diaz. I'm chair of the Tennessee Real Estate Commission, and I call this meeting to order at 8:31 a.m. First, we're going to start with the public disclaimer and the roll call. And that'll be done by Ms. Baker, our executive director. Ms. Baker.
Notice of the October meeting of the Tennessee Real Estate Commission, including date and time, has been noticed on the Tennessee Real Estate website since September 15th, 2024. Additionally, this month's agenda has been posted on the website since Thursday, October 9th, with an updated agenda included an updated agenda which we will do momentarily to add 2 supplementals to the agenda today. Individuals who wish to make a public comment on an item listed on the posted agenda during the scheduled public comment period will need to sign in on the provided sheet or by placing their name in the chat box online. It is requested that comments be limited to 3 minutes out of respect for other speakers. I will now call the roll. Chair Diaz?
Here.
Vice Chair Smith?
Here.
Commissioner Moffitt?
Here.
Commissioner Begley? Commissioner Torbett? Commissioner Gwynn?
Here.
Commissioner Rampey?
Here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Commissioner Tucker? And Commissioner Gahn?
Here.
Chair Diaz, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Ms. Baker. Next item on the agenda is our prayer and pledge, and I ask Commissioner Smith to lead us in both, please.
Let's all stand. You okay, John?
Yeah.
Dear Lord, thank you for this time that we can come together with like minds, realizing that we have a role to play to ensure the benefit of our profession. Lord, we ask that you guide and direct our words and thoughts today. Guide us and lead us in all that we do. We ask a special blessing for those in harm's way, watching over them, Lord, and keeping them safe. All of these things we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. Next item on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda. I hear there are amendments.
Yes, we would like to add 2 things to the agenda for today. You will receive, or you have received, an education supplement that includes 4 additional courses for approval, in addition to another case that will need to be included in the legal report.
I move to accept the agenda as modified.
Second. I have a motion to accept the agenda as amended by Ms. Smith, seconded by Commissioner Gahn. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries unanimously. Now is time for the approval of the minutes. Are there any amendments to the meeting minutes from the August meeting? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Move to approve.
I have a motion to approve by Commissioner Gwynn, a motion to approve the minutes by Commissioner Gwynn, seconded by Commissioner Moffitt. Any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries unanimously. Ms. Baker, will you call the roll for informal appearances, please?
Yes. Do we have Daniel Nolan and Principal Broker Paul Bullington? You all are present? Perfect. Alexandra Hembry and Marquita Monk? Thank you.
Great.
Dennis Norton and Christopher Hoover? Are you present?
I'm here.
Okay. And lastly, Arian Houston and Donald Hall?
Present.
Okay, perfect. It should be noted, we have 6 commissioners here today. In order to pass any motion, we will need at least 4 votes.
And motions that are tied fail.
Correct. Motions that are tied fail. All right, would you like to explain the informal appearance process?
I will. All right, for those candidates appearing for informal appearances this morning, this is the order, and we're going to proceed. We're going to call each candidate up in order. The candidate will be able to address the commission, describing the circumstances that caused them to appear before us today. Commissioners will then have an opportunity to ask questions, and then the principal broker will be asked to speak, and then commissioners will have a second opportunity to ask questions. Once questions have been exhausted, there will be a motion. We will vote on that motion, and the result will be the result. Ms. Baker, candidate A.
Candidate A is Daniel Nolan with Principal Broker Paul Bullington. If you all will take yourselves off of mute. Mr. Nolan is before us today due to a theft and violation of probation. He has taken the affiliate broker exams and has passed those. His statement and letter of recommendation can be found on your iPads.
Thank you. Mr. Nolan, if you could please tell the commission the circumstances that caused you to appear before us today.
About 7 years ago, I fell into I gradually fell into a drug problem, and just one thing led to another, and I was just supporting a drug habit, but I went to jail, and I went through some things with some family deaths and a little soul searching, and I got out of it. I've been out of it and been clean for three and a half years now. And yeah, that's pretty much in a nutshell is what happened.
Thank you. Thank you. Commissioners, any questions for Mr. Nolan?
I got a question.
Go ahead, Mr. Gwynn.
Mr. Nolan, there's on the form, there's a question that talks about, in your own words, describe in detail what happened with each separate conviction. You didn't fill that out. I'm just curious why you didn't fill that out, if it's oversight or...
What? It's
I think just on the one form, it just wants all this, you can just ask for all the separate convictions. I think they just kind of summarized them.
It was, well, they all pretty well happened about the same time. All of my convictions. So I guess that's probably why I didn't summarize each one.
So it was for theft, is that what I heard?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
Commissioners, any other questions for Mr. Nolan?
Was this one incident of theft?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none. Mr. Bullington, if you'd like to speak in support of Mr. Nolan?
Yeah, absolutely, I appreciate that. So we met Daniel about a year ago. Daniel started working with one of our broker agents as a non-licensed assistant, basically. Not basically, that's what he was, a non-licensed assistant, looking for good, honest work. He kind of started off doing, signs and kind of just being around and helping do some maintenance and clean up some stuff, and then turned into showing how much responsibility he was showing, turned into helping the agent really just get involved in helping get rental homes ready, getting first-time home buyers introduced to some process, not actually working directly with them. Obviously, we know the law, but just being a familiar, comfortable face, because he does relate to people and is very comfortable around people and has a story to tell, which in our community, especially out in Hickman County, where Mr. Nolan's been very successful, people need to see somebody that's made the difference and changed their life. And so it's very relatable. And I think for us, we've seen the growth of the last year and responsibilities taken. We feel very comfortable with Mr. Nolan on our roster. We don't have earnest money. We don't hold earnest money. We don't have escrow accounts. We feel that the public is protected. In addition to my oversight, there's other brokers in our office that are not principal brokers, obviously, but other brokers that are very invested in Mr. Nolan's success. And so we've kind of all talked together, and we support what he's trying to do. And we're here to whatever oversight is required or necessary to make it successful.
Mr. Bullington, I just want to know, in his capacity as working in the property management arm, did he go into properties that were occupied or vacant or both?
Yeah, vacant, either privately owned by the broker that he's been working with.
Okay, so, but the properties were vacant?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I see you two are in the office together today. So he's going to be at your office and you're going to be seeing him regularly, weekly?
Yeah, I already see him on a pretty regular basis. Yes, sir.
Okay.
We're a pretty small community out here, and there's a separate office that the agent owns, and it's not a real estate office. It's just a sit-down workspace for themselves that he's at every day, and then we work together. I would say you're here about once a week, twice a week. So we're together a lot.
So supervision and training is mostly out in the field then, I would imagine.
Yes, absolutely.
Commissioners, any other questions for Mr. Bullington? Hearing none, is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve him.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Smith to approve this candidate, seconded by Commissioner Gahn. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, let's vote. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries unanimously. Congratulations, Mr. Nolan, and good luck.
Thank you.
You're free to stay and watch the rest of the meeting or go about your day if you wish. Thank you, gentlemen. Ms. Baker, candidate B.
Candidate B is Alexandria Hendry, and she is appearing with principal broker Marquetta Muck, and if I mispronounce your name, I do apologize. Ms. Hendry is before us today due to theft, burglary, and criminal conspiracy. She has taken and passed both affiliate broker exams. Her statement and letter of recommendation can be found on your iPads.
Thank you, Ms. Baker. Ms. Hendry, you kind of saw how candidate A went, so if you're ready, please tell us the circumstances that caused you to appear before us today.
I was unfortunately in a really hard abusive marriage, and was dragged into some criminal activity that I was somewhat unaware of. So unfortunately, I was dragged into that with the charges and everything. But since then, I have really proved to myself and everybody else that that's not who I am and who I want to be.
So I read your statement, and I just want to make sure I understand kind of the order of things. So the man you were with, that was your husband?
Yes.
And
Yes.
he committed the crimes that are described in your application, and as part of the adjudication, you took a deal to plead guilty to save him time?
Yes.
Okay. But you didn't participate in the crimes at all?
No, sir.
Okay. Commissioners, any other questions for Ms. Hendry? All right. Ms. Monk, if you'd like to speak in
Yes.
support of her application, ma'am.
I've known Alex now for
quite some time. She is a mom of 3 children. I believe in giving people second chances. I've been a broker now for over 15 years, and I know people make mistakes all the time, and Alex is one of those that I just see that I know she can do this. And I believe that she should get a second chance. She wasn't involved in that. And I know that personally. She's no longer married to that man. And she's a mom of 3 children. And I see her. So she's been doing my training while we've been waiting for us to be able to go before you guys. And, she goes and picks her kids up from school. She brings them in here. And I see her being a mom as well as just a woman herself and someone who's wanting to better herself and put that behind her and be someone brand new. Because that's not who Alex is. Those charges on that piece of paper is not who this woman who's sitting next to me is. And so I just ask for you guys to have compassion and let her get on with her life and put that part behind her, because she's no longer with the man. She never sees the man, and she's never had another charge other than those charges. So she actually has been going to church with me for several years, even before I knew that she wanted to get into real estate. We live in a small community very similar to what Paul was saying with his agent, and everybody kind of knows everybody around here. And so we've got 30 agents within our office. All of our agents are very supportive of Alex getting to sell real estate and helping her, training her, doing whatever it is that we can help her put that part of her life behind her. Because I don't know if you guys have family members who have made bad choices and went through it, but that's not who they have to stay being. And I just believe that they should have a second chance. So what I have worked with her on, and I think you'll see that in my statement, is we do a thing here in our community called Angel Tree, where we take care of children who don't have Christmas because their parents can't afford it. Well, Alex has been working with Salvation Army for many years, helping during that season from basically October till Christmas every year, and sometimes I guess it starts in September, but making sure that the kids in our community get Christmas. And I've worked with her doing that, not knowing she would ever become one of my agents or even be in my office. So I knew her from a different perspective before she ever decided she wanted to become an agent. And so I just ask for you guys to have compassion on her. I promise to watch over everything she does and to mentor her and to make sure that she's, following the laws that I believe the state of Tennessee requires us as realtors to uphold. And so that's any questions for me.
Thank you so much. Commissioners, any questions for Ms. Monk? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion to approve this candidate by Commissioner Gahn, seconded by Commissioner Gwynn. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, let's vote. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries unanimously. Congratulations, Ms. Hendry, and good luck.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Ms. Baker, candidate C.
Candidate C is Dennis Norton with Principal Broker Christopher Hoover. Mr. Norton is before us today due to a consent order from his real estate license in Alabama. His license and letter of recommendation can be found on your iPads.
Mr. Norton, please go ahead and describe to the commission the circumstances that brought you here today.
Yes, sir. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for taking me on today. My name is Dennis Norton here in Huntsville, Alabama. I've been in real estate for about 25 years, but I've had a broker's license for almost 15 years. And I have several businesses here that are involved in real estate, anything from maintenance and repair to property management to being a broker of a Better Homes and Gardens franchise here. And it's kind of been my dream to expand into Tennessee. We're right on the border there and have a lot of friends and peers in the area, and so would like to be able to service the Tennessee area as well. So I'm out there a lot in the community and do a lot of different things. That being the case, we sometimes are on the receiving end of complaints, not very many. fortunately. One specific involved an incident where an agent owed us money for a job that we completed, and she filed a complaint. And because this company was not related in any way to real estate sales or the brokerage, we were not apprised, or we were not informed that we had to let the Alabama Real Estate Commission know that we had a complaint against us, a lawsuit against us. And so the issue was that of an administrative nature. We did not report that we were had a complaint against us to the Real Estate Commission, and so we found out that we had to do that. We reported the complaint, and then we paid a $500 fine. There's two $500 fines that we had to pay as a result of that. And so we take it very seriously, whether it was administrative or not in nature, that, we need to make sure we understand the reporting that's required. So we got spun up on that very quickly. We did have an attorney involved, and we've requested that, he directly communicate with the Real Estate Commission if any other complaints would be waived in the future, so we don't have this unfortunate situation occur again. So that's really the long and the short of it. Again, I don't want to diminish it. Take it seriously. Understand that reporting is important. We were not aware of it. We are now, and so we've corrected that. And this has been several years ago. We've not had any other issues since then. And so that's an overview. But happy to answer any specific questions you may have about that.
So you're practicing in Alabama right now? Is that my understanding?
Yes, sir.
And then you just want to expand into Tennessee?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I remember correctly, counsel, he's going to have to hang his license in a Tennessee firm?
It appears that he's hanging his license in a Tennessee firm because he's appearing with principal broker Christopher Holzer Hoover.
Okay. Is that a requirement, or is he just doing that out of?
I don't believe he necessarily has to if he obtains a broker license here in Tennessee, but he is appearing with the principal broker today.
Okay.
So I'm under the assumption that he'll be hanging his license with this principal broker here in Tennessee.
No, I don't want to interrupt. I was just going to say that we, wanted to get a recommendation from a Tennessee broker representative. I have a relationship with Chris, who's been in the business for many, many years. Ultimately, if there's not a requirement as a broker, that I hang with another broker, I would not. But we wanted to make sure we, dotted all our I's and crossed all our T's and had all the representation and documentation we needed. So I included Chris in this, scenario for that reason. But to answer your question, sir, at some point, I think if we are approved and I can pass all the coursework that, I would just get my broker's license there independently in Tennessee.
Okay. So his application right now, though, is for an affiliate, or?
It's for a broker.
It's for a broker? Mm-hmm. Okay. Commissioners, any questions?
So this is for a broker's license in Tennessee. So he had a failure to disclose something with Alabama, correct?
Yes.
And so now he's applying for a license in Tennessee. We have the same question on our form, correct?
Well, he's here because he answered yes to that question.
He answered yes to that
Because he
question.
has discipline in Alabama, so that's why he's here. Commissioners, any other questions for Mr. Gordon? Mr. Holzer Hoover, please go ahead and speak in support of this application.
Yeah, I've known Dennis for many years. I've been licensed as a realtor for almost 18 years, been a qualifying broker for over 10 now, licensed in Alabama and Tennessee. So Dennis and I have done a lot of deals back and forth in Alabama. We recently had a complication with a deal that he and I worked very well together as the two brokers. I felt well informed by him. I've gotten to know him on a personal level. I think this truly was just a very simple oversight and not an intentional act. And when he asked me, would I write him a letter of recommendation, I didn't hesitate. I think he would, make a great broker in Tennessee, and I would be honored to work with him in that level. And if he ever decided that he didn't want to be a broker and wanted to move to my company, I would accept him as an affiliate. So I think you should see this as just a clerical error and not anything intentional, and help them move forward to approving his application.
Commissioners, any questions?
So just for clarification, Mr. Norton, you want permission to sit for the affiliate broker exam, is that correct? That's what you're asking for, correct?
No.
He's asking to come in as a broker.
He's requesting to be a broker.
Okay, but when I read this,
Yeah, the narrative that's in our iPad says he hasn't taken the affiliate broker exam, so that's the confusion.
I apologize for the typo. He is requesting a broker's license, and no, he has not taken any of the exams yet.
It says it right up here.
Yeah,
He's requesting approval before testing. He doesn't want to necessarily invest the time and resources it takes to pass that exam. So
okay, sorry, I was reading page 1 instead of page 4.
no, I understand why you would be confused. I
It was
apologize for the typo.
backwards just a little bit, okay.
any other question? Commissioners, any other questions? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion to approve this candidate by Commissioner Gwynn, seconded by Commissioner Moffitt. Any further discussion? Hearing none, let's vote. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries unanimously. Congratulations, Mr. Norton, and good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. Baker, candidate D, please.
Lastly, for informal appearances, we have Arian Houston with principal broker Donald Hall. Mr. Houston is before us today due to theft of property and trade secrets. He has taken and passed both the affiliate broker exams. His letter of recommendation can be found on the iPads.
Good morning, Mr. Houston. Please describe the circumstances that caused you to appear before us today.
Good morning. 2015, I was charged with theft of property and trade secrets, a mistake that I take full responsibility for. I did 3 years of probation flawlessly. Since then, I've become a personal trainer. I've gained my CDL license, and now I'm looking to make real estate my future career.
Thank you very much, sir. Commissioners, any questions for Mr. Houston? Hearing none. Mr. Hall, do you please tell us or speak in support of this application, please, sir?
Good morning, Board. I fully support the application of Mr. Houston. I've gotten to know him. He's a married father of 2, and in our personal conversations, he's taken full responsibility for his past. Again, a mistake that has been made right at about close to 10 years ago. Since he's made that mistake, he has taken steps to rewrite his path. One of the things that was expressed was him wanting to be an example for his 10-year-old son, and also his niece, who he raises as well. And so at Keller Williams, our motto is God, family, then business. And so we do believe that Mr. Houston is deserving of other opportunity to put his past behind him. As the broker, we will be mentoring him to make sure that he is fully compliant and knows exactly what he needs to do in reference to Tennessee law. In terms of serving the community and serving clients. And we do have a culture that's going to make sure that we wrap our arms around them and continue to mentor, support, and encourage him in this field of real estate. So we do fully endorse him and believes that he does deserve an opportunity to service the Tennessee community.
Thank you, sir. Commissioners, any questions for Mr. Hall? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve the request.
Second.
I have a motion to approve this candidate's application by Commissioner Smith, seconded by Commissioner Moffitt. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, let's vote. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries unanimously. Congratulations, Mr. Houston, and good luck, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all. God bless.
Before we move on to the next item on the agenda, I want to pause and let Commissioner Smith make an announcement.
Yes. If you are a member of Central West Tennessee Association of Realtors, you will get credit for ethics on your attendance today. So once it's posted on CE Broker that you attended this meeting, if you will send a copy of that to Kimber at the association office, then you will actually get credit for ethics. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Baker, we have a Fresh Start Act candidate.
We would like to remove this candidate from the agenda, please.
Any commissioners, any opposition to removing the candidate? Nope. Hearing none, so removed. Let's move on to waiver requests.
Thank you. We have quite a few waiver requests today.
Yes.
The first waiver request we have is Evie Zamora. Ms. Zamora received her broker's license in April of 2022. It expired April of 2024. She was without E&O insurance from January 2023 through July 2023. She obtained E&O insurance in July. The last physical transaction we have on file for Ms. Zamora is in October of 2022, when she requested to move her license out of retirement to a firm. She is requesting that we waive all fees and retesting requirements. Since she's received her broker's license, she has not taken the 120 hours of required CE for new brokers in Tennessee. Please note, to retire a license, we need both the form and a payment of $25. We are unable to retire a license if those two steps are not completed in their entirety. It is recommended that she pay the civil penalties required and be required to take the trace course prior to reactivation of her license. Her statement can be found on your iPads.
So when did she try to upgrade her license to broker?
She transferred from Texas as a broker in 2022.
2022, okay. And that's that April date, April 5th,
Correct,
2022?
April of 2022, yes.
So she's outside her 3-year window to do the 120?
Correct. She hasn't taken any CE. And she also notates that in her statement as well.
So typically, if they don't complete the 120 hours of post-upgrade education, they get downgraded to affiliate.
They have two options. They may retest and reapply, and that starts the 3-year clock over again, or they can choose to become an affiliate broker and not have the 120-hour CE
Okay.
requirement.
But Trek has had no interaction with her one way or the other.
Correct.
So supposedly she retired her license.
We do not have
We
record.
didn't get record, but she has a copy of it in here where. the
She may
broker
have a
signed it.
copy of that form. However, we did not receive the form. Not only that, we didn't receive the fee either to retire the license.
In her narrative, she said that she signed the form and turned it over to her principal broker,
Correct.
expecting that he would file it. Is that
That's
reasonable?
what her statement says.
That's what her
We do
statement
not
says.
have record of that,
Okay,
or the fee that is required to retire a license.
so,
Even if that's the case, even if that's the case for, it's the joint responsibility between the licensee and principal broker to turn any of the check forms in.
well, he released her, right?
Right, so I'm just like stating there's a confusion and we're not relying on anyone else to turn
Right.
in the form.
Right. You know, I enjoy reading the legal report and these waiver requests because it makes me go into the manual book every now and then, and I find interesting little nuggets. And I found 6213 310A which is for commissioners, if you want to look, it's page 34 and 35. It always says it's the affiliate's obligation to maintain their license. I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what it says. So I don't know how other commissioners feel, but I don't.
Thank you for the citation, Counselor.
Well, I know the lawyers like the citation, so I think it's the last clause of paragraph A, if you want to drill down to it.
Jeff, I've got a question about
Go ahead.
her letter.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Denise, the third sentence, I may just read it. It says, "My file will show that I basically have no personal integrity or respect for the commission and have neglected to take care of my relationship, requirements, and responsibilities with the Tennessee Real Estate Commission." What is that all about?
I can't speak to her motives in writing that sentence, sir.
I mean, is there anything in the file that we've said anything to her? I mean, how could she come to that conclusion?
Well,
That we,
I can't speak.
I can't say, yeah. All I can say is.
I mean,
that
I'm just wondering if there's anything in, she says my file will show.
Right.
So what's in the file that shows that?
The file shows that she was licensed in April of 2022. It expired in April of 2024. She was without E&O insurance from January 2023 through July 2023. The last fiscal transaction we have on file for her is when she removed her license out of retirement to a firm. And that was in October of 2022. Since October of 2022, we haven't had any interaction with her until recently when she's requesting her license and the waiver of penalties associated with not having proper E&O insurance.
Right. And the other marks on her license would be the suspension for lack of E&O.
Correct.
Okay.
She was without E&O for nearly 7 months.
And then the expiration. Okay.
So you don't know where she's coming from, basically, is the
I was
question.
as shocked as you are to read that statement.
Okay.
Well, and the interesting thing, you go to the next sentence, and she actually refutes what she said in the previous sentence. So she's kind of arguing with herself a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, she had some stuff to say. Is there a motion, commissioners?
I know you hear you.
Well, how about this? Let me ask it this way. Is there a motion to deny this request?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Gahn to deny this request, seconded by Commissioner Gwynn. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries unanimously. We don't get applause that often, so I'll take it.
The next waiver request we have is Anthony Scarpino. Mr. Scarpino was licensed Mr. Scarpino's license expired November of 2024. He is requesting a waiver of late fees and the retesting requirement. He took 15 hours of CE during his original license cycle. His statement can be found on the iPads.
So he's 10 months into his grace period? Just about?
Correct. And I guess he is anticipating it a year lapsing where he would then need to retest.
So, and you say his E&O insurance expired, so he hasn't renewed that at all?
No. It expired January 1st of 2025.
So he's not in a retest reapply phase yet, he just doesn't want to pay?
He
the-
would be in November.
Right, but not now.
Correct.
Okay, so if we just waive his fees and he catches up on his education and all that before expiration, he can go about his business?
Yes.
Okay.
So this letter from Veteran Affairs that he has, does that apply? And it seems like it's kind of a
Well, this is a
whitewash.
medical waiver, so he is supplying documentation from the VA that he is
Right.
100%
Well,
disabled.
And this letter says that he has 100% permanent disability, which, I have, respect for, but it doesn't say that he was incapable of maintaining his license like everybody else says. I mean, what is the file doesn't give us I feel, enough information to say one way or the other. I mean, he gave us, it looks like he gave us his admin file that told us about his various postings and his billets and et cetera, but it doesn't say. I don't know, Commissioners, I kind of feel like having a service-connected disability at 100% doesn't necessarily mean you can't meet the requirements of maintaining your license without more information. I just don't. I'd be interested to hear what anybody else has to say.
I appreciate his service and his dedication. My husband's ex-military, so I sympathize with that. But at the same time, I agree that we can be military, but also have a responsibility to a profession. So
I mean,
I guess my recommendation is to deny this request.
is that a motion?
My motion is to deny this request.
Is there a second?
I'll have more compassion today.
Final call? That motion fails for unable to obtain a second. I mean, he gets to the rank of 06 in the Navy. He's a captain. I mean, if anybody knows how to do paperwork, it's in the captain in the United States Navy. You do paperwork. Danny, you know what I'm talking about, right? You do paperwork. And the real estate business has a lot of paperwork in it too.
It does.
So,
That's a good question.
go ahead, Commissioner Rampey.
He states in this letter, he's only requesting relief from the accumulated late fees. But on the request waiver on the first page, it's "and retesting."
If his license is expired for longer than a year, he would be a retest reapply candidate. So I think it was in anticipation of it exceeding the year. As far as the fee is concerned, it's $50 per 30-day period for, I believe, the first 90 or 120 days, and then after that mark, it's $100 per 30-day period, which is why the fee is $1,100.
Okay, so it's, yeah.
So in case his application wasn't heard at this meeting.
Correct.
Okay. Well, motion to deny the request failed, so there's really only one other option, Commissioners.
I'll make a motion to approve the request.
There is a motion to approve this request by Commissioner Gwynn, seconded by Commissioner Moffitt. Any further discussion?
And to approve that request with the additional hour of CE that's.
Correct,
in-
yes,
Okay,
yes. Waive the fee, the 1,100.
okay.
Everybody clear on the motion?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Okay.
Commissioner
So
Smith?
your motion is to waive the fee. What about his hour of short of education?
I think he's got till November to do that, correct?
Yeah,
I think that needs to be part of the motion.
Okay.
So to restate the motion then,
Is that-
Waive the fee and require the education by the time frame, whatever it may be.
okay.
Commissioner Moffitt, you still good?
Yes.
All right. Any further questions on the motion? Any further discussion? Hearing none, let's vote. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Show that vote as being a 5 aye, 1 no with Commissioner Diaz voting no.
Thank you. Next, we have Kenneth Harrell. Mr. Harrell has submitted a medical waiver and is seeking reimbursement of $1,100 for allowing his license to expire in September of 2024. He renewed his license in September of 25, nearly 1 year from the original date of expiration. His statement and a letter from the physician can be found on the iPad.
I've got different numbers. I've got $1,000 and I think she said 1,100.
I misspoke when I said 1,100. It's 1,000.
Okay, thank you.
So $1,000. So this is $1,000 late fee?
Yes, he has paid the fee. He's requesting reimbursement of the fee. He wanted to make sure he was in compliance. And so he paid the fee and now is requesting reimbursement.
Okay, so this is went to a defunct email address that he didn't check until he found out his license was not in compliance?
That is what he states, yes.
But he did have access to it to find out that he missed it though, right?
Just in the nick of time.
Just in the nick of time. Commissioners, any questions about this application? He did go on at length about his struggles, yes, ma'am. Let's go ahead and, I'll go ahead. Does any commissioner want to make a motion to deny this request? Does any commissioner want to make a motion to approve this request?
I'll make a motion to deny the request.
Is there a second? Last chance. Motion to deny fails for inability to obtain a second. Floor is open for a motion.
I have a question.
Commissioner Smith.
The fee request of $1,000, is that something that we can adjust, or do we don't have that authority?
Yes, you all have complete authority if you wanted to reduce the fee.
So you thinking a partial refund?
I am.
Okay.
I am. I'm just concerned about how much. My motion is to return a partial refund of $500.
I'll second it.
Commissioner Smith makes the motion to make a partial refund of $500 to this applicant, seconded by Commissioner Gwynn. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, let's vote. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries unanimously. Ms. Percival.
Ms. Percival is requesting to take the trace course in lieu of the retesting requirement after her license expired in February of 2024. With the trace course, right now, as it is written, your license has to be expired for more than 2 years, and so any time between a year and 2 years, it has to be brought before the commission until we're able to rectify that in rule. So that is why she's being presented today. Her statement can be found on your iPads.
So right now, she's in retest, reapply.
Correct.
Is there a time frame on the trace course?
Well, for example, if she were to wait until February of 2026, she would then be eligible to take the trace course. So basically, it appears that she wants to take it sooner rather than later, rather than waiting till February of 2026, where 2 years would have passed, and then she would be eligible for trace.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Rampey to approve this request, seconded by
I
Commissioner.
believe that was Commissioner Gahn, if I'm not
Commissioner
mistaken.
Gahn, sorry. By Commissioner Gahn, seconded by Commissioner Smith. Now open for discussion. Out of curiosity, Ms. Baker, who's Scott Smith?
He is one of our excellent employees.
Okay.
Oh.
So retest, reapply, would that, so they don't have to do the pre-licensing education anymore?
They've already taken the
They've already
pre-licensing.
taken it?
Right.
So they can,
So this is
there's
trace.
there's no expiration date on that?
No.
Once they're licensed?
Once you take it, unless the requirements change
Okay.
years from now.
Okay. So, in the motion, do you want, Mr. Gahn, do you want to put a clock on her taking the trace course for her to complete it?
In the next 60 days.
Okay.
All right, so the motion has been amended to approve the request, but for the applicant to take the trace course within the next 60 days. You're good? Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, let's vote. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries unanimously. Ms. Baker, Mr. Jarrett.
We request that Commissioner Gwynn recuse himself
Yes.
from this. Thank you, sir. This licensee originally was licensed on August 6, 1996. He held grandfather status as of January 6, 2006. The license expired on October 8, 2020, and a request for reinstatement was opened in July of 2022. The licensee was subsequently set up with PSI and provided with the necessary requirements via email. On October 22nd, 2022, the license submitted a retest and reapply application, which was approved. Due to the almost 2-year lapse during when the license was expired, the licensee's grandfather status was removed. The licensee has submitted payment for renewal. However, the licensee's it remains expired because he hasn't completed the necessary CE requirements. The licensee has expressed willingness to complete the required 16 hours of CE. Given that the expiration date is exceeding 1 year, reinstatement is subject to a commission review. A civil penalty of $1,200 is recommended. However, the penalty is at the commission's discretion. We recommend approval of reinstatement contingent upon the licensees completing the required CE and payment of any civil penalty deemed appropriate by the commission. His statement can be found on the iPads, and if I'm not mistaken, he may be here today. Denny, is he here today? Okay, if you want to come to the mic.
Thank you. I'm a principal broker for 2 different companies. There are no brokers underneath me. In 2024, I went online and for the broker renewed my license online. It showed both of those to be active both companies active through October of 2024. October of 2026, and then August of 2026. At that point, I thought I was in good shape. I did not know the rule about the grandfather clause, that I was kicked out of grandfather status at that time. That's my mistake, but it was an honest mistake. I've completed those 16 hours now. Those are already online and through the CE. So I'm just asking for the board to consider waiving any penalties.
Thank you, sir.
So you're asking for a waiver of the penalty dollar amount? Is that what you're asking for?
Yes, I
For
am. And
$1,200?
I've completed the continuing education. That's the 16 hours that were required.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioners, any questions from Mr. Jarrett? He's here. And I'll just state for the record that Mr. Gwynn recusing himself means we're down to 5. So any
Correct.
motion needs 3 votes to pass, just for this specific application.
I make a motion that we approve the request.
Is there a second? Commissioners, last chance. Chair rules the motion fails for inability to receive a second. Floor is open for another motion. Is there a modification of the fee that seems amenable, or he already completed his CE?
I make a motion that we reduce the fee request to $600.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Smith to reduce the fee to $600, seconded by Commissioner Moffitt. Any further discussion on the motion?
And that fee to be paid within 30 days.
All right. You go with that, Commissioner?
Yes.
All right, restate the motion. The motion is to reduce the fee to $600 and have it paid within the next 30 days?
Yes.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Jarrett, sir.
Please note, CE will be required for you going forward.
So that 16 was just to remove.
Correct.
So I'll have 16
For the new
next
cycle.
year.
Correct. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. Baker, the next applicant, please.
Next, we have Leslie Tron. And I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman, so I'll just say Leslie Tron did not have E&O insurance and was issued a penalty of $400 in 2016. She is requesting a waiver of this fee. Her statement can be found on the iPads.
So there's no active license for this applicant at all right now?
She had a timeshare license in 2016. She hasn't been licensed since then.
And this fee has been outstanding since then?
Correct.
Is she wanting to retest and reapply?
I mean, I don't think they have an option but to do that. They have to?
I'm sorry.
They'll have to,
She'll have to pay the money to
it's
retest.
been 9 years.
Yes.
So,
So she's asking for a waiver of the money, $400, so she can retest and reapply?
right.
Well,
Is that what I'm
yeah.
reading?
E&O stays with you, and E&O is very important. It
Right.
protects the consumers. That's
Right,
our TDCI's mission, TREC's mission is to protect Tennesseans and empower professionals. And we can't protect Tennesseans if a licensee doesn't have proper E&O
Right.
insurance, because that's not protecting the public. And so that attaches with you forever.
All the time. Right, right.
So this is why the penalty is
So-
still on her license file, is because it was
Right.
never paid.
So my motion is to deny this request.
Very good.
I have a motion by Commissioner Smith to deny this request, seconded by Commissioner Moffitt. Any further discussion? I'd like to say that she does say in her letter that she has an opportunity to, I guess, go back to her other position, I guess back with timeshares is what she's saying. So she does want to get her license again. I'm assuming she'll go ahead and retest and reapply. I don't know what her plans are, but I say her. Again, I'm not sure.
She also asked for a payment plan. Is that a possibility that she works out something?
I would have to check with our fiscal team as far as a payment plan is concerned and how we would go about doing that. I assume that if she were to submit $100 a month or something of that nature, we would attach it to her file until it was complete. But I would have to check with our fiscal team and how they would handle
But she couldn't retest until she'd paid it the 400.
I guess technically she could retest because that test would be good for a year.
Right.
However,
This $400 would still be there.
Correct.
My motion still stands.
Motion still stands. We have a motion on the floor. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, let's vote. All those in favor of the motion to deny this request, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries unanimously.
Our last
McGuffey,
waiver request for today is Ms. McGuffey. She is seeking a medical waiver of $600. She was without E&O insurance from July 1st, 2025 until July 21st, 2025, so nearly 7 months. Her statement and letter of recommendation, her statement and letter from the doctors can be found on your iPads.
I guess we go back to the same thing, which is E&O insurance is really important.
It is.
So I understand she's had some medical issues, and I understand that. But I'm going to make a motion to deny that request.
is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Smith, to deny this request, seconded by Commissioner Moffitt. Further discussion on the motion? I mean, I would say, you know, while I have sympathy for the medical issue that she was dealing with, I'm sure she was in a great deal of pain. I don't know that it prevents you from being able to maintain your license. Especially E&O insurance. Like, it's not, you redo it online, pay online. I don't know. It's not like you have to leave your home and drive and meet with an insurance provider and so on and so forth.
Was she a broker?
Yes.
So
I
she's-
believe so.
She's a grandfather.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
But she has her own firm.
I'm not certain if she had her own firm. I would have to, would you like me to look that up to see if she had her own
Well,
firm?
my question would be, if she was with another firm, would the broker be subject to failure to supervise?
Yes,
And if she was a member of a firm, was she, I'm guessing we have no record of her being part of a corporate policy or an umbrella policy or
No.
anything like that? Okay. Any further discussion or questions, commissioners? Hearing none, let's vote. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion passes unanimously. Next on the agenda is education. Ms. Morris.
Good morning, Commissioners. As always, I am excited to be presenting the education report today. On pages 1 through 9, you will find the 28 candidates who have applied to be certified TREC instructors. These individuals presented today have met the qualifications for instructors as listed in TREC Rule 1260-05-.04.
Commissioners, any questions about these instructors? OI 1 through OI 27. Any instructors you would like to speak about? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Move to approve.
I have a motion to approve by Commissioner Gahn, seconded by Commissioner Smith. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries unanimously. Ms. Morris, if you want to go ahead and consider the courses and the supplemental together?
Yes, that's what I was going to
Okay.
do. Thank you so much. Next on pages 10 through 22 and on the supplement number 1, education supplement number 1, you will find a total of 85 courses that providers have applied for your approval to offer continuing education credit hours to licensees. All courses presented today have met the requirements set forth by TREC Rule 1260-05-.03.
Okay, so on the supplemental, I will label those to OS 82, 83, 84, and 85.
Yes.
Commissioners, any courses that you wish to pull to speak about or have questions for Ms. Morris? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve courses 01 through 085?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion to approve by Commissioner Gwynn, seconded by Commissioner Moffitt. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much, Ms. Morris. Do you have anything else in your
I
report?
have a question.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So when they submit these classes, how much detail goes in and what do you review on those classes?
So we compare it to what's in TREC Rule 1260-05-.03 of the subject matters, because there is a list of what is an approved continuing education course. So if they fall in one of those categories, we would go ahead and accept it to present for you. As far as detailed of what the actual class is, it's in a course description. Some people have 2-3 paragraphs about what their course is about. Some have 1. And then we just fill in the information based on the time outline that they also apply as well, because sometimes it's like a 1-sentence thing. So I just pull information from what's in the timed outline, what they will be teaching about for those 50-minute increments to get the correct CE hours.
Thank you.
I'd also like to just mention as well, we have also started a audit process for all in-person courses, so synchronous courses. I have created new forms and will be continuing to audit these in-person courses. It has not been done before, just to make sure that these current courses, when they're being taught to our licensees, are following all TREC rule and statutes. So just wanted to mention that as well. We have started that process the past couple months.
So is the audits, I assume that's not going to be you, that's going to be.
I actually have been I've been attending some of these
Okay.
courses, but we are looking at other options to maybe include some of our other staff members to complete them, because as you can imagine, I'm one person, there's several other courses, but I will be doing several of them as part of my duties as Director of Education, but just wanted to let you all know we're doing that process as well.
And are you auditing the coursework and the instructor, or is it just the
Mhm.
coursework? Okay.
Yep, they have to be current, everything has to be according to TREC rule and
Okay.
1260-05.
That's interesting, because we hadn't been auditing courses before. So if you notice any discrepancies with the coursework or the instructor, what happens?
The 2 courses I've done have followed all the instructors that are being
Wow.
taught, are the ones that were applied for. They currently have instructor licenses. The coursework's honestly pretty great. One of the courses I actually audited recently in Nashville was about 1031 exchanges. So I learned quite a bunch of new things for myself in that course. So yeah, but so far, so good. But we also talked about a process if there is anything that is against what's in TREC rule or statutes, that we'd be opening an administrative complaint if that is found in the
Okay,
audit
so-
process, yes.
So would that complaint be part of the legal report or be part of your
Mhm.
report? Okay.
So, if I may, you referenced,
Okay, sorry.
you referenced that code dictates what qualifies as an acceptable course?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I did notice through reading through some of the course descriptions that they were very much, a lot of them were business generation type classes versus knowledge of actually doing this business, this job.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, I'm not sure what my statement is, but as a new member, I found that very, a little concerning, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
Also wanted to mention as well that we are conducting, yesterday we had done a course with the State Fire Marshal's Office, as well as a TREC updates course for free CE. We will be hosting another one with the Sumner County Association of Realtors on December 12th. We'll be doing another course for free CE there too.
And good job yesterday.
Thank you. Thank you. That concludes my report if there's no other questions.
Thank you, Ms. Morris. Ms. Baker, your report.
Thank you. I have several updates for you all. The TREC contract that we have with Rice, which is the E&O insurance provider, has officially been extended to July 1st of 2028. So they will be our provider for the next few years. Please be reminded, if you do have a Rice policy, the current policy expires July 1st, 2026, and from that day forward, the policy will be 2 years and not 18 months. I also have an update in reference to the ARELA Regulatory Investigation Seminar. This seminar offers a great opportunity to learn and exchange information and ideas with colleagues about topics of special interest to member jurisdictions. They present extensive case law, litigation, and investigation techniques happening in other jurisdictions. There is a lot going on in this industry, as you all know, with deregulation and demanding real estate markets. It is very beneficial to get ahead of what other jurisdictions are seeing and how they are responding to the changing climates pertaining to investigations. Staying on top of industry practices and issues allow us to better serve the citizens and consumers of Tennessee. And so Ariel and Kim will be attending that conference next week. Lastly, I have an update in reference to the Tennessee High School Senior Program. I like to give you an update based upon our most recent enrollment and the participation data that we have. We had a total of 158 students enrolled in the program. As of now, 7 students remain active, and 52 students we removed from the program for lack of participation and not meeting the necessary milestones. Taking a closer look at participations, we saw that 17 students, roughly 11%, never accessed the program at all. So we didn't have to pay a fee for those 11 students because we were able to remove them from the program for not meeting the milestones. Additionally, a number of students were removed due to not meeting the other milestones. So there were 3 different milestones, and so we would email, call, and if they were non-responsive, we removed them from the program in order to keep costs reasonable and to keep those students in the program that were meeting the mark of the necessary steps. 18 students did not complete the first milestone. 29 students were removed for failing to complete the second milestone, and 3 students were removed after the third milestone. On a positive note, 41 students successfully completed the program, which is about 26% of the total enrollment. And of those 41 students, I am pleased to share that 6 are now licensed affiliate brokers. And I think that's a great outcome compared to last year that we can all be proud of. We also had 58 students expire without completing the program, and 2 requested to be removed voluntarily. Thank you guys for your continued support in guiding our students through this process, and to the team, Denny and Brittany, who are, especially Denny, constantly keeping up with the milestones and the information that is required in order to remove the students as necessary. If there are no questions, that concludes my report.
Thank you very much, Ms. Baker. The public comment period is open. Is there anybody wishing to take advantage of the public comment period? Seeing none, I will close the public comment period. Seems to me like we're ready for a break. I will go ahead and recess for 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and come back at 5 to the hour, 9:55.
Nice to meet you. Hey, nice to meet you. Glad to have you with us. Yes, sir.